Or you could just skip this video entirely and buy a deck pack, but I think in order to play a good deck, you need to know how to make a good deck. So the first thing you'll need when making a deck is a good foundation, and that could be, say, a boost, like a location, or you could try to go for a mechanic, like in this case disorienting, or maybe you just really want to make a certain character work. That works too. Today we're going to be focusing on a pretty easy one, which is a location-based deck. Not this one though. So for our foundation day, we're going to be doing a den deck. This is probably the most meta deck so far. Yep. So with all location boosts, it only gives the benefit to characters with the preferred location of the card itself. So in this case, we need to find a lot of den characters. And seeing as we're in the setup phase, it really doesn't matter which ones are good or not right now. We're just trying to fill the deck as much as we can. So we're just gonna get all possible den characters in my collection. Alright, so we have every den character here, and as you can see, that's not a lot to start with. But that's okay, we can keep going. So now we kind of want to branch off from here. We have boost that gives all of these guys a benefit, so now we need to look at what benefits these guys give and what they need to thrive. So I'm looking at this right now, and there's only one cost character, which means we can't really play this deck in the early game, so we're going to need some early game cards. So now I'm going to be looking for cards that cost 1 action point, but give 2. Or more. Well, since we know that we need more action points, we can look for cards that have more action points. And this is a good part to mention, that there are not a lot of cards in set 1, so it's always good to look for a secondary foundation as well. And in this case, we're going to look for Pond, because if you read its effect, it gives us an extra action point, which is just what we need to play expensive cards like this. And that also unlocks a lot of options for us here. So look at that, I already put down 3 cards and I'm not even halfway through this stack yet. Well, also in the action point category, +1, good card to have. Now again, I have every card in the set, but you might not have access to it. So pretty much anything you can find will probably work. There are some cards that are going to be better than others, but so long as you have a good foundation, it should be pretty good. There we go, Zip, that's a really good starting card. 1 for 3, just what we needed. So I could keep looking, but this is a pretty good spread that we have, and now we're going to kind of count up, see how many we have. 18, 19, 20. We have 20 cards, which means we still need another 30. And that's okay, because now we're going to look at what we have and what we can replace here. So Minuscule's a 1 cost, Steve's a 1 cost, Ty's a 1 cost, and Hamilton's a 1 cost, and Zip's a 1 cost. A good rule of thumb, you don't have to follow it, but 5 1 costs is usually pretty good. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, Hamilton is a 1 for 1, so that is not a great start. He's really bad at ramping up. Now again, if that's what you're going for, that works because he still gets boosted by this. You could do 4 damage with only 1, that's pretty good, but I feel like the setup is not worth it, especially in the early game. So here, let's just take a random card. Let's just say Pure Cat. Cool. Pure Cat's a 1 for 2, we're going to take Hamilton away. So now we have 5 1 cost characters and we're all pretty happy with them. Steve is also a 1 for 1, but I like his ability, so I'm going to keep him. Again, it's your deck, do what you want. Another good rule of thumb is to have about half your deck be character cards, and in this case, I mean, that's pretty much the case. We could use a couple more, so maybe a couple characters that I like we'll just chuck in here. Since we're running a den deck, maybe we'll do another foundation of high damage. So we'll do a Chikikin, a Boomerangaroo, and Cedric. So now let's count up the characters. 19, 20. 20 is pretty good. So we have 23, so we still need a good 25, and that's where items come in. You can have up to 3 item cards in your deck. So now, not to say we're deck filling, but we're kind of deck filling. So we have 3 boosts. It's usually good to have 4 because you can get 4. None of these cards are really complementing what we need. Definitely don't want Dave. Ooh, well-rounded team. Do we have a lot of different guys? We have a lot of aquatic. Yeah, I'd say we'd pass on that. We have a lot of aquatic. Breathing room's never a bad one, so sure, we'll keep it in the deck. We'll put a breathing room in our deck. Unlimiting options, another just really good card, gives you more action points. Some cards, not to say are no-brainers, but like, there's some with just no downside that are just good regardless, like 2 for none special impacts none of these characters here, but it's a good card, so we're going to keep that as a boost. Valley we don't want, because again, location based. Tag in, ooh, that's really good for the high cost guys, so sure, we're gonna put multiple of those in our deck. Supply and demand, and iffy card. Strength and numbers. Sure, we'll run for a full backlines deck here, so we'll run strength and numbers. That means we're gonna really need action points now. Shutdown's not gonna help because we're planning on playing a bunch of characters. Scouting is good for Peercat and also tempo control, so sure, we'll put one of those in the deck too. Retreat, nah, we're kind of running for a full tempo deck, or a full backlines deck. Recycling, there we go. That's where we get our actions from. So we're gonna put 3 of those in our deck. I'm running out of space on the camera. There we go. We're gonna put 3 recyclings in. Dizzy Spell, really good for tempo control, so sure, we'll put a couple of those in the deck as well. And this is where I get really carried away because a lot of the item cards in this game are really good. Oh, quick patch up, actually. Sure, we'll heal some guys. Yeah, oh, another unlimiting option. Sure, we'll put one of those down too. Good for early game. We're definitely not going to need more of these later, but we have recycling for it. Because if we're running a full backlines deck, then obviously unlimiting options isn't going to help because we need open backline spaces, but we can just recycle it if that ever happens. Alright, now let's take a check where we're at. So we have 20 character cards, and 1, 2, 3, 4 boosts, or 24, 25, 26, 27, 40. Just need 10 more. We can work a healing station, and we kind of have some healing, so sure, let's get some more healing there. Hard hat, never bad. Sure, we'll put one in our deck. That's all I'm saying. Oh, handpicked, really good card if we start losing. That's a really good card. That's all I'm saying. There's a lot of good cards you could kind of play around with here. Energy drink. There we go. We're going to want 3 of those. Like, you could run check the fridge. If that's all you have, you could run that in place of handpicked. It costs a little more, but that's okay. Where's restock? Restock would be really good. Yeah, restock would be good with recycling. See, and now you're looking at this and being like, wow, this is a mess. And yep, deck building usually is. Here, I'll put another hand-picked in there. There we go, 2 more energy drinks. Dizzy Spell's really good, but we're gonna have to count to see where we're at. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 28, 29. We need 1 more card, and I would just honestly get rid of the hard hat and get 2 more restocks, and then that's our 50. Basically, you start with the foundation and you go from there. Honestly, it's just experimenting. Find what cards you like, find what works for you, cover the weaknesses of your other cards. Honestly, it's just trial and error, really. Synergies! Yeah! Like and subscribe. And buy my cards, please. Message me on Instagram for them. I have packs and deck packs. Yup.